Okay. Yes, I should probably also read these because we do have a couple of plagues going on at the moment. It's been a bit of a learning curve. We are now a member of the Byzantine Empire, which seems to be in freefall at the moment. It is definitely reducing its strength, but that's not necessarily a bad thing for us because we might well be able to take over Greece and basically form also true Greece, basically. Which would be kind of interesting. The Khazars are terrifying in how big they are. Although, hang on. Oh, this is showing different kingdoms. I was wondering why the Khazars as a whole were not highlighting these. But yeah, it's just showing the different kings. Well, wait, are they... Are they tributaries? Because this is still Bulgaria. They have truces with the Khazars. Moldavia is still actually independent. But then why are these not highlighting when I hover over this? Yeah, they are tributaries. Okay. I wasn't zoomed in quite enough. But anyway, we have a plague currently spreading, which is the cold humour flu. It has avoided Athens proper so far, because we have an amazing physician who I think has basically blocked it. But it has spread to our adjacent counties, which we also do own. We are a theme. No, what's it called? A strategos. We are actually the most powerful strategos in the Byzantine Empire right now, which is a pretty nice position to be in. But yeah, the Byzantine Empire is starting to fragment. The Mattiids and the Anatolicons have taken over those areas. I am honestly wondering how on earth I can try to get independence. And maybe try to take over like Athens and Achaia or something like that, at least early on. I'll declare war. I can do a Varangian adventure, which doesn't really help me. North Germanics launching their first Varangian adventure receive up to 2,000 bonus special soldiers, the amount going up with every same faith, same culture county they completely control within mainland Scandinavia. Okay, so that I don't have. There's no independence war. Depose. Predicted difficulty very easy. Okay. I can claim his title. Although I've already said that I don't intend to take his title. So at the moment I'm military. Okay, so this is how you change those. I used to be naval. I can't, like, reduce the amount of strength that I have to hand over, though. But I have a feeling you guys might die. And then I'll be on my third Basilios. Since becoming the Duke of Athens. Which I've only held for maybe 5 years. Possibly 10. I don't think it's even that long. I'm 52 still. I also need to decide whether I want to keep my estate in Constantinople or move it. Or even if I care about the estate. Like, if I get independence, then the estate is irrelevant to me. The other thing I need to be aware of is that currently my heir is Roggenfrieder, but the heir to Athens... How do you do that again? Themes, Theme of Athens, Strategos appointment, is currently Armgrimir, who's my son. And if that happens, and I start playing as her, I might well just become an adventurer again. And move somewhere else. We'll leave the Viking branch in the Byzantine Empire, and we'll go after Ruthenia, as my initial plan was. Although that is going to set us back a little bit, because I will have lost my camp. So I'll need to rebuild that damn thing. So we'll see what happens. I haven't quite 100% decided yet. Anyway, I'm suspecting that my tea is ready. So I'm going to go and grab that real quick, and then we will start for realsies. So back in a second. Alright. Drinks are got. So let's see what happens. Oh yes, I was going to read these. Plague resistance. When dealing with plagues, you have a few options to restrict their progress across the lands. The major governing factor to this is plague resistance. The higher the plague resistance in the baronies and the counties, the better you can hold it off. Whilst you can combat plagues, it's important to remember that it's unlikely you'll be able to stop them entirely. Be prepared for larger plagues to spread despite your best interests. Efforts, even. Open the plagues panel. So that's this one. Plague resistance can be increased in multiple ways. Buildings like hospices and charnel grounds give innate bonuses to plague resistance for the county of the barony they are built in. Other less permanent options include court position tasks performed by the personal physician, decisions or events. Plague resistance increases, the infection rate of the relevant baronies decreases. It's unlikely you'll be able to fully stamp out a large plague just from taking measures like these. Reducing the infection rate will help reduce general devastation to your realm. This is a fairly major thing going on. Although, only 47 people have died so far. But then if I go to... Where are my family? Are they in my province? Or are they in Athens? At the court in Attica, so they are in Athens. Okay. If the regency lasts too long, it may become entrenched, and the regent may become even more powerful compared to the liege. The benefits the regent gets from the scales of power become much more powerful. To end an entrenched regency, the regent must accept a gift from their liege, or the liege must tip the scales in their favour. Okay, so he's trying to take over. We have some other things to read. Plagues are disease outbreaks that spread across the map, affecting both characters and holdings. When a plague is present in the area, affected baronies have an infection rate that governs how severe the impact is. The plagues view can be found in the bottom right. Each plague on the map is broken down into sections in the plagues panel. Realm plagues convey information on plagues within the realm. World plagues inform you of plagues in the rest of the world. And nearby plagues chart the progress of plagues that are not yet within the realm, but are close enough to potentially pose a threat in the future. I mean, it's so nearby that it's in the counties, just not in the capital. I'd say that's realm. Within this panel, relevant information is stored for each plague. It tracks what the severity of the plague is, minor, major, or apocalyptic. when and where it began, and how many characters it's killed, both character and location modifiers for baronies and counties. Oh, so this is only characters. Open the View Plagues panel. Ah, more information. This panel includes information on the infection rate of each barony impacted by the plague. The infection rate will progress to its maximum value at different rates depending on the intensity of the plague and can be mitigated by plague resistance. How you manage and deal with plagues will govern not only how your realm recovers and subsequently prospers, but also how much legitimacy you will lose as a ruler. So I have 25 plague resistance, which I'm assuming is not great. Hunters' Lodges, Hillside Fields, Small Hill Fort, Harbour, Hospices gives plague resistance. And also a bit of money. And some piety. And then Athens, that's not Athens, that's Athens. Could have a duchy building. So the burial site is a high level of plague resistance for the entire duchy. Costs a lot though, 460 treasury. See you, Intronite. Oh yes, and I should also bring in the YouTube chat. What about that? My bad. I'm not showing up. See you, Intronite. About chat. Hey, Ko. Hey, Jeff. The Isle of Athens is Norse. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Not just Norse, but also true as well. And in fact, 2 of the 3 counties that I control are also true. Easier to show here. And we are currently in the process of trying to create a Greek Norse hybrid, although I think that's going to take a little bit longer. Unconditionally, as I lean over the map in my chamber, a sudden creak turns my head towards the entrance. My son, Homegear, appears at the threshold, saunters into the room, seemingly uninterested in my presence. Then, without warning, I am enclosed in a tight hug. He quickly lets go with an embarrassed expression. I look at him, a hidden tear in my eye, while my hand is squeezing his shoulder in an effort to reciprocate the gesture. Don't cry! Don't cry! No stress. That's always nice. So I have decisions of entering seclusion, if I wish to. I could isolate the capital. Seeing as the capital still doesn't have the plague. Do that. Okay. You inherited the barony of Thebes from Archon Tiberius of Thebes. The barony of Thebes is a city. Well, we know what to do to cities, don't we? We need to give it to a Viking. Give them some land. So who's good at controlling, stewarding things? Toki. Let's give it to Toki. we are. And I have a lifestyle perk as well. I have finished Scholar. We were going to do anatomical studies after this, I think. I could also do a stewardship. When can I change lifestyle perk? Why isn't it telling me? I thought you could usually hover over these and be like, you can change lifestyle perk in 10 years. But nothing. Well, I don't think I really care about Theologian, at least not right now, so let's go with anatomical studies. Nope, I have no idea why I can't pick that. Oh. Alright, onwards. Haven't watched in like forever. Hey, Lars, man. Where is this march supposed to end up? Hopefully over here somewhere. So far, we've made it from Gotland down to Athens. And the only reason I took Athens is because we were at war with the Byzantine Empire as a mercenary against them. And the Emperor was like, hey, if I give you Athens, will you make peace? I was like, oh, that's very tempting. Okay, then. But the Byzantine Empire has been taking a bit of a beating recently. And I haven't really been helping them much. Because I think ultimately I do want to try to get Athens to be independent and try to take over Greece. Turn it into an also true stronghold. Or something like that. I think it would be interesting. Do you need to DLC to be a Wanderer? Yes, you do. Technically, I think you actually need to get the full experience. You need... Roads to Power is the one that allows you... No, Tours and Tournaments is the one that allows you to travel. And then I think you need... I think it's Road to Power. I'm going to double check. I don't remember offhand. DLC. Yeah, Roads to Power is the landless path. So Tours and Tournaments to walk around. I don't really know how Roads to Power works if you don't have Tours and Tournaments. Because I'm fairly sure that was the mechanic for travel. Which is, turns out, kind of important. Oh, maybe you can only move the camp. You can't move individually outside the camp. Oh man, that would make that so much harder. How goes the march? The march is going okay at the moment. We remain one of the most powerful nations within the Byzantine Empire. There we go. We're on to Emperor number 3. This guy's lifetime. And he's also got consumption. So he probably also won't last for very long. They are so in debt. I don't think they're ever going to get out of that. Few opinions. Rampant bandits solve the situation potentially using martial or intrigue. Now I would love to do that, but is the plague still here? The plague is still here, so pass. It's now killed 73 characters. Child of my blood. May you grow to be strong. Vespo-Biarmian. New hybrid culture. So my vassal is influential Jarl. It's only fair you have a voice on my council. Hereby give you a position of Spy Master. Okay, so I'm the Spy Master again. Do something! Another grim report from Tumor of Botia. My cousin Lord Dimitri hands it over. The people demand action. Purge the beasts. They spread cold humour flu. Odin wills it. I glance at the parchment. His eyes gleam with purpose. Mine with doubt. Cull the sheep. Alright, so how is Botia doing? Well, its development's kind of sucking. Oh, 29% chance of getting in Boschia. Same amount in Uboria. Is it burning out, or is it spreading? I'm going to assume it's spreading. Right, I can do this. It's sitting at 75. I guess the resistance is a percentage resistance. Okay, that's interesting. And the Barony of Thieves is 100% infected at this point. Cull the Sheep. This one actually seems pretty bad. Oh yeah, this one's definitely spreading. I just hope that locking up my capital means it won't spread to Athens. You're converting Athens? No, 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 no. Unacceptable. Get out of my land. You have 1,000 troops to your name. I have 1,000 troops to my name. I'm not going to fight you while there's a epidemic going on. But after that... Why do I only have 3 champions? I should have more than 3. Really? Oh, you get -5 for being administrative. Okay, that sucks. The last 2 emperors never even made it to their coronations. Yeah, that's true. The invisible enemy. Our soldiers fall without a fight. Cold humor flu has taken more than any blade. Ali speaks harshly, but he's right. From Boeotia to Arborea, the barracks lie empty. There are no warriors left, only peasants and plague. So I lose a bunch of troops from each of them. Seal the barracks for 5 years. Nothing can be done. Let them die! We'll get them back soon enough anyway. Just costs a bit of money. That number just going up. Convert task county done. Liege changes budget allocation from 55 to 35 and 35 to 50. Hang on. Salary budget allocation, military budget allocation. Does that mean I'm paying more? No, I'm not. I'm paying less. Yeah, Photos got married to a landed spouse. Archon Gudrun. Huh. Oh geez, lost a bunch of people. So my steward is going to be this fella here. And my chancellor everyone's falling dead. It's going to be you. Yes, I want you to continue spreading cultural acceptance. So right now my steward absolutely sucks. My core position bows low before speaking. My duke, tending the sick, has strained our efforts, and the people whisper the crown no longer cares. If you were to bless coins and distribute them yourself, it might soothe their anger. A royal touch, they say, brings healing. I will definitely do that. 5% chance of gaining consumption. Oh, that's a fair chance. Sun is looting Athens. Ah, now I can promote Angramir. Unfortunately, I don't have a choice of who I do these for. Because I would love to be able to do that for Roggenfrieda, just to make sure I actually hold on to this territory. But I will promote Angramir. I will start scheming for this. And scheming is something we're still pretty good at. While Chalkis is under siege. Prisoner in my own body, oh no! I'm infirm. I knew that getting older would mean doing everything slower, but I didn't think it would come to a halt until my death. Lately I feel a constant malaise and everything takes more effort than before. I'm worried that if I lie down I might not be able to get back up again. There is no doubt that my time is running out. I feel like I can do naught but await death's sweet embrace to claim me. That is not good. That means I'm going to need to be rather more aggressive to ensure that we keep Thebes. Athens, rather. So I'm going to go ahead and spend some influence. Do it. Do it now! Another set of twins. I seem to get a lot of twins in this family. What's this? Bountiful harvest. Reports of wondrous plenty of tall crops and verdant fields come in from across the theme. Such a significant boon ought to be put to good use. Leave not the crops to spoil. Freya has been kind to us. In many of Athens' villages, seemingly endless sheaves of grain are collected from the fields, well watered by steady rain. And such turnips, a significantly larger yield than last harvest, is joyfully anticipated. This is, of course, very good news. I must organise an extraordinary workforce to see the logistics as soon as possible. Now, where shall my wagons carry these great heaps of autumn produce? So we can distribute it, and we get a bunch of development growth. Or we can donate it to charity. No, we're going to distribute. Absolutely. This thing is really deadly. Claim on the Byzantine Empire. Fine. Ah, Homgear can have a guardian. Previous one must have died. You are studying martial. Ileana would seem to be our best martial trainer, so you go ahead and do that. Leeches! My cousin Tole barges in wild-eyed, clutching a sack of leeches. Leeches are the only way to stop the cold humour flu, he cries. Tradition says they should only be used under expert care, but these are desperate times. Can we really afford to wait? No, let's follow the established teachings. We're gonna be fine. Artifacts of low durability, that is something I should look at. Bear claws are going to break, I don't think there's much I can do about that, and so is the rat tail. I am fine with both of those breaking. The bear claw, because it costs 150 to repair, which is an insane amount. War declared on the liege. Leader Samuel, so peasant revolt. Bad air over Bothia. Trade is withered in Bothia. My cousin-in-law Dimitri blames the miasma of death and proposes an odd cure. If we plant a field of sweet snapdragons, the fragrant air may drive out the plague. Strange, but perhaps no stranger than the plague itself. So I pay 45 of my treasury and I get abundant flora. Well, people like it at least. Worth a try! And I will put some more money into the bank. Lonk. It's my cleaning robot slamming against the door. I'm sieging my capital now. You're probably bringing the disease with you. Oh! It's dying out. 224 died though. So if I were to raise my army over there... Oh, you can't because there's hostiles here. I could probably have beaten that army. A desperate banishment. My cousin Tole lies pale and wheezing. The plague has breached my very halls. My cousin-in-law Dimitri urges drastic action. As already sick must be removed, my liege, or we risk losing everyone. It's burning out. It'll be fine. Go outside. It's late. I'm tucking into a gripping treatise on classical grammar, just as I start giggling at some delightfully snide marginalia left by my previous reader. My wife enters the room. Spineless man! You neglect everything but your studies. Reading indoors alone from dusk to dawn. Get your head out of those dusty scrolls, or don't come to my bed this evening. Alluring confidence. Perhaps we could read some together? Yeah, let's read together. Right, we need to ensure that these are kept strong. New learning park. Seem to get those. Oh, now I can switch. Well, I think I should probably wash my hands to get some plague resistance, don't you? Learning from the best. Two of my agents, Malmfrida and Lord Basilios, seem to have found common cause in our plan beyond the basic goal. Impressed by the compatriot's skill with letters, speechcrafts and general rhetoric required to promote, Basilios has taken studying with Malmfrida, does differently to herself in the hopes of improving his own skills. Harmless enough in theory, but it doesn't help her overall goal. Perhaps I could learn from this. That scheme is very nearly ready. I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should set up a raise army in Levadia. Although the bulk of my troops are in Athens. Our army is almost entirely levies. You have a couple of special units. Meanwhile, I think the plague is now gone, so I think I did the right thing in not caring if one person in the castle had it. Okay, so first things first, decisions. I guess the doors have already been opened. How do I set up a recruitment thing? Can actually get 1,000 men here. I'm going to go and fight them because I don't want them taking my castle. Get out of my land! If you leave, fine. I'm going to take this back in the meantime. Good choice. Gilded Rat's tail was destroyed. Yes, I can now execute with confidence. We're at 95%. May as well do it. Success! So much time and so many resources poured into promoting Argrimir's candidacy has bore some fruit. His standing amongst his peers has improved. New supporters are now convinced of his value, and his appointment is one step closer. So he gets promoted for 10 years, which is plus 30 candidate score. Well, 30 if it's appointment, 50 as if it's acclamation. Don't know which house it is. Appointment. But he's now well in front. Okay, good. Good. Gonna play CK, what country should you play? Yeah, those are good questions, Innkeeper. If you're new to the tutorial, recommendation usually is Ireland. It's kind of the tutorial island. Just go ahead and disband these guys. As I have all of my territories back again, which is lovely. What are my council up to? We are fully converted. What is our cultural acceptance? Ah, 1%. Okay, it does in fact show here. That's useful. Need to get that to 20. Oh, but it's decaying. So it's only actually going up by 0.02. It takes so long. Liege converted Attica. Well, then convert it back again. You, meanwhile, have lost even more territories. Oh no, you haven't. These are the ones revolting against you. You are still ill. And you're excommunicated. I want independence! How do I do it? Because at this point, I'm pretty confident that I could get independence in Athens if I wanted to. Let's look this up. CK3. Want to get independence from Byzantine Empire. Usually do intrigue things. I'm not so sure how this works. But I am the spy master. So if anyone's going to be good at doing intrigue against the Emperor, it's gonna be me. There's the faction screen here against my liege. You're a governor and have to be at least king rank to create this faction. There are king rank governors? Four levels of imperial bureaucracy. Decentralized, limited, centralized, absolute. What are we? Oh, we are actually. No, that's the Byzantine Empire. That's acclamation law. Rogenfried is currently 30th in line. If I had some more influence, I could try to really go for that. Okay, so Athens be the Kingdom of Hellas, which just requires these two. I can't create it anyway. Not allowed to have a royal court. I can easily get the treasury. I can get the territory, probably, by going after the theme of Achaea. I still don't know what level of bureaucracy we are. Where is that even shown? Level of government should be in the crown menu. Ah, level 2, limited. And what are the different levels? We are an administrative duchy. Ah, here we can see the differences. So I guess we're the same level of administration as the liege. Guessing. I'm apparently already in a faction. Except I don't think I am. I don't know. Well, I can do this now. I read the report again. Bandit, to whom my law-abiding taxpayers are but fat sheep for the shearing, and indeed the rough outlaws put my people to the blade. Villages terrorized, caravans lost. A particularly nasty group of the cutthroats have established a firm foothold in the hills near Megara. Until they have flushed out, the region will remain uncontrollable. Okay, these again. I think Sydney is probably the best choice. Rampant bandits, the denizens of Megara, gladly lead us right to the mouth of the bear's den. The encampment of outlaws lies just beyond, obscured by brush and broken terrain. From what I hear, I judge these foes to be nomadic warriors, tough folk living on the fringes of settled society, so flush in the wealth of my land that they've turned their raiding foray into an extended stay. The foe is not yet alerted to my posse's presence. We have the opportunity to strike however I see fit. I think we should lure them into a trap. Mine is a most cunning trap. A half-naked young soldier with a stolen dinner in hand races towards us. The outlaws, the half-wits, chase right after. We leap from hiding, howling. The terrified foe recognize their mistake, and we fall upon them. Moments from death, the nomads surrendered to my troops. This group of criminals is rendered harmless, helpless. They are at my mercy. So I can gain mercenary troops and my men-at-arms maintenance is reduced. Knight's effectiveness. Or I can hang them. Control in Attica. How is my control in Attica? It's pretty poor. Hang on. Four emperors. Okay, the thing I'm learning from this is don't become emperor. You have an extremely short lifespan. Lowering imperial bureaucracy. What's in here? I wish it would tell me what the options are. It's kind of annoying that I can't work out how on earth I can break away from these guys. Athens is the wrong religion. It's already been converted back. 21 months. Oh, there's the bandits. That's quite a large group of bandits. Spy Master again. Wow, your people are terrible. I am your best person. Still not. Damn it, you peasants! I really don't want to have to fight you, but I will. Sod off. This is my land. Stop. Our army is kind of terrifying. You're getting more people joining. That is a faction I might actually want to join. Yeah, more people are joining now. Having the most powerful vassal in the realm joining against you is probably a bad place to be. Their claw's gone. Can I... something else? Gemstone. Another military claimant. That's a whole lot of factions. King Adelhar. Oh, HRE! We'll send an ultimatum. Nice. 2 months. Still 2 months. 1 month. Can send an ultimatum at any time. Okay. Your demands of merit, perhaps even showing error in my own judgment. Lower your arms and join me as co-Basilius, and we shall rule the Byzantine Empire together. Okay. How the mighty have risen. I am ambitious. So I just need to send this to my friends. Oh, this is hilarious. So the Byzantines now have an also true co-Basilius. Yeah, exactly. The triumvirate scale of power swings towards me. I lose stress because I'm ambitious. Gain access to borrowed powers that can be used against the Legion fellow vassals. Scales of power activated can be swung to unlock more borrowed powers. I look so imperial. Unfortunately, I'm in poor health, so I don't know how long I'll last. Right, so how on earth does this work? Promote scheme against Cobacilius Mordred. No, this is against myself. How do I do it against him? Socialite might be a difficult one to get. Eudokia can be convinced. Holmgir has come of age. Active and enthusiastic child, no surprise that he has done well in his studies of war and combat. He's shown great aptitude both in battle tactics and management of armies. He'll make a fine commander one day, I am sure. Nice. I need to get you married. So you are a fighter, although not a particularly good one. An alliance with the Kingdom of Denmark, which they will accept. Sent. Okay, so I'm now co-Basilius of the Byzantine Empire, who is allied with Denmark. The Vikings are taking over. Oh, we have another disease. African fire. Not particularly dangerous. Comparative to others. Ah, here's the power sharing. Okay, I found that now. Iron Constitution, disease resistance. That sounds like it might be useful. Okay, so scale of power. Ah. This would have been a powerful one, because remember, he's been excommunicated. No. It was the other guy who was excommunicated, not this guy. So I could use my prestige to swing the balance of power. Okay, so it's now level 3. Duchy tier diarchs can demand their own kingdom tier governorship. Well... Oh, projects. Bear in mind... You're a governor that has at least king rank to create this faction, independence faction. Okay. So if I wanted to create the Kingdom of Hellas, how do I do that? And demand their own kingdom tier governorship. From here. Aha! Kingdom of Crete. Okay. Haha! Your request is both reasonable and sensible. I will instruct the governors of the Cataphanate of Crete that henceforth they are to heed you first and foremost. May you bring them to the same caliber of rule I strive to bring to the rest of the empire. So, I am now a king level title. I control Athens. It's still only Athens. But I guess the theme of Crete is now my vassal? Yes, looks that way. And now I just need the truce to end. Which is still 10 years, so I need to survive 10 years. I'm feeling fine again, even though I'm infirm. Okay, I'm no longer in poor health. That's really good. So, the Kingdom of Crete. Who does that fall to? This is going to Angramir, which is fine. don't think I necessarily need to claim the throne anymore. It doesn't cost me anything to do that. There's 6 stress. I am now without stress. Despotic as co-emperor, ruler, despotate, increase the rank. I got some achievements. Sun is losing Crete, Sun is losing Athens. Dude! Do you know how hard I've worked on this? Fortunately, I do. That will get me to 97. That's not quite enough. Can't do that until 58. That's another 9 years away. I still have prisoners. I do. Acting on my behalf, my wife spent a significant amount of time travelling the realm with her honour guard. There are many matters she can settle on my behalf, and the military presence of Agafia brings with her as a firm reminder of my right to rule. My queen and I stand in defence of the realm. I'm also balanced in terms of money now. Strategos Philippos. As long as you don't tread on my territory, Strategos Philippos, you can do whatever the hell you want. All I need to do is live 10 years plus a civil war. And if we continue to weaken the Byzantine Empire and maintain strength in Athens, we should be able to win this. And Athens is once again also true. Oh, hang on. You know what? I think that Crete has always wanted to be also true. Let's be honest. Clearly they have. Troubling translation. As I step over the threshold to my cousin-in-law Dimitri's office, I find him bent deeply over a book. This translation of Herophilius is atrocious, he says with a style. I increase his learning and I gain a bunch of learning lifestyle. That sounds like an excellent outcome to me. Because now I'm trying to get healthy. I need to complete all 5 of these. Probably go for know thyself. I can raise a runestone. Every runestone tells a message of some significant event in the life of the commissioner, from the smallest peasant to a co-basilius like myself. The stone records all. What shall this monument speak of? I was going to talk of me. My ascension to the throne of Crete. Now that I've decided what to put on the runestone, the question remained where to place it. Monuments to ennoblement, such as my rise to the co-basilius of Crete, encourage people to serve their ruler through thick and thin. They're best placed in urban areas where more youths can be inspired to turn out for the levy. Of course, 1 or 2 spots do spring to mind, obviously. Glorious. Going that way. It's fine. Just don't think about turning south, otherwise I will raise my levies and I will fight you. Courtier between friends. My cousin Arkon Gudrun has honoured me with a visit. I brought one of her courtiers along. Gudrun approaches me excitedly. Well met, Co-Basilius Mordred. It pleases me to see you here thriving in Attica. It's occurred to me that Magnus here might be of service to your court. He's an incredibly talented diplomat. So you're just bringing one of the Vikings back again. Talented? I will accept. Are you telling me that my Chancellor is not very good? Because you're wrong. I really do need a better steward. It's part of the reason why they're promoting cultural acceptance is so slow. In fact, I'm not even sure that's going forwards anymore. Yearly gain 0.28. Yes, it is. Building any of those. Neighbouring ruler won the war. Bodyguard died. We'll keep bodyguards employed. Roggenfrieder, sure. Oh, a seneschal can increase my influence gain. That is somewhat tempting. Gaining control would also be nice, because that would increase money and levy size. And control is rising quite nicely at this point, which is why I'm starting to make money, of course. Hungry times and thieves. News from Thebes is particularly troubling. The government's measures to aid the area after a recent pestilence were seemingly inadequate. A famine has struck the local settlement. Some denizens were driven to desperate, abhorrent practices to survive. According to the report, several peasants have been caught killing and consuming religiously unclean animals, thus attracting the ire of the local clergy. I need to hear more about this. When I reach Thebes, the accused wait in chains, their eyes downcast, the garments rent and bloodied. The defendants, led by Tudria, chained and trembling, with their eyes downcast, are roared at by a great skeletal-faced crowd. Bony fists are shaken, thin voices roar for an exemplary punishment. I am shown the evidence. Split femurs and rotten severed heads. Something horrible happened here. It truly was an abomination before Odin. I mean, control growth. Influence is also kind of useful at the moment. Most desperate of crimes call for the greatest forgiveness. I visited the capital of the Catapanat of Crete. So, I've visited my own capital. Cool. Apparently I hadn't done that before. Just living there doesn't count as visiting. What are you trying to conquer? Oh, here, probably. Huh. Oh, Persia has appeared. It's quite a large empire here too. Oh no, these are tributaries. Well, this is all an empire, so it's basically part of Indonesia. Leader Boric, another perk. So I want restraint so I can get know thyself in case of real trouble. I do want to go to the themes. Ooh, these guys are really growing their own strength. I'm back to poor health. To afford this. How are you guys getting so much influence? Well, there are some other things I can do. %72% secrecy. Seems quite good. I'm not even sure we'll go out of the grace period before I complete this. I'm now a regent. Wait, what? Oh, probably because he was travelling somewhere. Oh, this is a regency, though it's not really. These are the scales of power. The further scales favour you, the access to more borrowed powers and ending the regency will be more difficult. You can directly swing the scales in your favour with the swing scales button, which I already did. Your liege can give you a mandate, which will give you opportunities to improve the realm. If you handle the opportunities well, they'll tip the scales in your favour. So he hasn't done that so far. If the conditions at start of the regency are no longer true, your liege can try to end it. If the scales are strongly in your favour, you may even be able to resist them ending the regency, perhaps even starting a war for their primary title. As a regent, you can try using your borrowed powers on your liege and your followed vassals. If you do not wish to antagonise the liege, you can simply react to the opportunities that appear, and your liege may reward you for your loyalty. Well... Ooh, not first time. Problem is, I need to overtake both of these. Oh, this is for the Byzantine Empire. No. So that'll drop you by 20 to 131, but it costs 175 to do that. So it costs the same to reduce as it does to increase. So good to know. So I can try to steal the governorship. Can't do those things. Should probably take a look at any marriages and things that are ongoing. So these are my dynasty, who are unmarried and are adults. Okay, so it's only 4 of them, that's fine. Right, let's find you some spouses. So, Björk. You are military. Hubert the Norman. He's also old, also true. That's interesting. Is Normandy also true? Marina, who is a steward. Ching. Then we have Arnbjorn, who is robust and is a diplomat. I really don't understand why on earth I'm able to marry people from all the way in China. It feels like something is very broken. Aslaug, who was already married once apparently. You are a diplomat as well. Ji seems to be a pretty good option. Good. Okay, so we have 5 scheme things against Lord Leon, so we're going to go ahead and execute. Success! In the past months, I haven't wasted a single occasion to make Lord Leon to look like a fool in public. I've tricked him into making blunders at court, outshone him in knowledge of the classics, and led him to supporting untenable financial measures just to sweep in and correct him. After a very successful religious debate in which I skillfully made it seem like Leon was promoting heretical beliefs, I can consider myself satisfied with the results achieved. So I gain 145, and he loses 145, which I can then use to ensure that we increase Angramir. Still going to cost 780 though. At least I can do the major contribution. But I think what I need to do is just continue stealing people's, especially my opponents, influence. We just have that continue to roll along in the background. Dan! can have a guardian. What do you do, Dan? You are intrigue education. Abd al-Wahid would be a very good educator for you there then. Legion's war ends, so they've taken some territory. Keeping an eye on these guys to make sure that they don't enter my lands. So far it looks like they're not. We can seize the moment, that is a 95, please do. Success. 145, thank you. Oh, I'm now just 30 short. Okay. I don't like how powerful you are, so let's challenge your status. Thankfully, I seem to be really good at this. Probably helps that I'm the Spy Master. And Co-Basilia. Powerful family rating. Intrigue skill. Learning and intrigue. Oops. I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces joining us in this. Transfer the Athenian army to Achaia under Chrysaphios II. Sure. That's only the 100 Varangians. Convert task done. Okay, let's keep going. Convert faith in county. Chania. Look at it this way. We're not opposed to Basilius Romanos's wishes, drawls Theodoros, nearing all the... while merely not enslaved to them. It's not so hard to understand. I've spent the better part of the afternoon trying to improve relations between my liege and his councillors, but to no avail, thanks to no part to this ignorant man's bullheadedness. I sign internally. I am the co-emperor. My mandate necessitates these duties. The crown does not just rest with him. Good. I am glad to see that you understand my point here. Control here is growing fast. Nice. Chalkis could do with a lot more control. I'm getting basically nothing out of it. But with positive income, that is one thing I have been concerned about for a little while. Because whenever I go to war, that income drops. %. Success. I need to check to see how much I actually got from him. But either way, this is now enough to secure my control of Crete. And he's well in control of Athens as well. So the other one that I would like to get... taking over Achaia would be nice, but they've done a pretty good job of securing themselves. The theme of Crete would be another nice one to take over, though they're also quite secure here. Oh, it doesn't look like I can put a candidate in line of succession. Interesting. So basically I would need to save up the influence to try to claim my neighbour, which would be Archaea. Bring one of his counties under my governorship. So I can actually expand the governorship. Okay, that's interesting. So the theme of Athens du jour is these three. Seven more years of truce. I'm still in poor health. But I have now at least secured my own territories. Cultural understanding reached. Greek Norse cultural acceptance increased by 10. Happened despite my steward's average stewardship. That's big though, we're at 11. We only need 20. We need 20% cultural acceptance. And then we can create the hybrid. Ooh, bugger. Traders, raiders and mercenaries. Our Norse ancestors have long travelled from Scandinavia all throughout Europe and even beyond, leaving their mark everywhere they went. Now it appears that this age may be coming to an end, as our motherland is fractured by cultural differences and clan rivalries into Danish, Swedish and Norwegian identities. What does this mean for the future of our people? Has that changed me? No, I'm still Norse. Okay, good. And Iceland is still Norse. Okay, so who's actually Norse? That's one of these. So Sami, Finnish, Swedish, Norwegian, Danish. There is a tiny outcropping of Norse there, and one over there. However, when I form the hybrid culture, I think at that point I become the leader of that culture. And then I can start controlling what technologies we're researching. Caesar already. Yeah, actually. We're the Copacilius. How the mighty have risen. Once upon a time, I was but a mercenary. And now I'm Copacilius. I don't know what's going to happen to that Co-Basilius position when I die. I don't think that's a title that's going to get inherited. But I have a kingdom title. So I just need to survive 7 more years. Plus however long it takes to fight the Civil War. In fact, if I'm ready in the Civil War, I think that's probably just going to be inherited by the house. So we need to make sure that we keep your army small. All across the realm, the power of a new family appears to be taking root. Okay. I don't want to stifle them. I'm just going to ignore you. Stresses me out a little bit, but we're still a long way away from that being a problem. Level 3 Miraculous Healing. I have a very good physician. A local invalid receives many donations of relics and valuables, each time claiming to be restored to health by divine grace. Almsgivers grow increasingly ill-amused. An interesting case. A most unusual individual are brought before me... Oh, sorry. An interesting case and a most unusual individual are brought before me for judgment. This woman, Thiff, is accused of being a false invalid. A huckster who makes a living hoodwinking the faithful. She laughs charmingly as donated relics are laid out before me. Witnesses attest to seeing this blind man, duped from their temples, appealing to their good natures. She warms the hearts of congregations by being miraculously healed, again and again, but only after receiving coins. items. Mm-hmm. So we can have somebody with creativity joining the court. Or a solid fine is an adequate punishment. This gives me some strategos trait and some money. And I do kind of need to rebuild my coffers a little. So as nice as the influence would have been, I don't think I need it as much right now. Let's hope that remains true. Since when did we become part of the Eastern Roman Empire? Yesterday. We were a mercenary fighting against the Byzantine Empire, and the Emperor was like, hey, in exchange for not killing us, how about you take over Athens? Like the Duchy of Athens, the theme of Athens. And I was like, okay. So I now control Athens. And since then, I have been continuing to bully the emperors. There have now been 4... We're on our 5th emperor in this guy's lifetime. They just keep dying. And I bullied him basically into making me the co-Basilius. So I'm now the co-emperor. From mercenary to co-emperor of the Byzantine Empire. And a part of that, I've created my own kingdom of Crete. Which means... Oh yeah, you got troops again. That's fine. I think I give you troops. You give me influence or something? Doesn't look like I get anything in exchange. There are a bunch of wars going on my border, but as long as I don't cross that border, I won't kill you. If you cross the border, however, I will. Ah, the liege is trying to act against me. That's unacceptable! How about we swing those back again? I will spend some more prestige to do this. Nope, I'm going to keep things in balance. Learning perk. Know thyself. Perfection. Six more years. 59. And then I can do an independence war against them and take Crete with me. Because, let's face it, the Byzantine Empire is basically dead. It has been racked by too many internal issues for some reason. Ooh, I'm making treasury for the first time. Good. Is a rising control? I suspect it is. Camp fever is spreading. Till death do us part. No! The wife was actually really good. How can a heart endure this kind of pain without breaking? It cannot be possible, yet here I am. My heart beating on while yours has gone quiet. Oh, Agafia! My beauty life would not be the same without you. Ow, that's a lot of stress. Let's get married again. I want someone who's just good. Who is preferably not diseased. Maybe Hood? I like the fact that you have decent intrigue as well. Your lack of martial kind of sucks. Patient, chaste, and craven. That's fine, actually. You're a Norse Catholic, but you are Norse. One of the few. That did kill my prestige. Alright, I'm going to need you to go ahead and convert. Thank you. Ah, county conversion is done. So that is all the conversions. So there are now 5 also true territories within the Byzantine Empire. Spreading over there. Okay. Sun is losing Crete and Athens. Oh, for Pete's sake! By how much? Not a huge amount. Plus 20 would get you 186, that works. You still control Athens too. So their candidacy thing actually is for all of the titles that they're candidate for, not just that one. That's good to know. But we need to continue harvesting this influence to ensure that we keep that position. I guess bolstering... No, we can't upgrade the vanilla. The villa, can we? But we can't build... We can build upgrades here. Reduces influence cost for promoting candidates in the governorship your estate is located in. So what I could actually do is move my estate to Athens. Can't do it while there are wars going on. Well, there's only one war at the moment. Maybe that'll end. I was going to say your treasury has just gone below 2,000 debt for the first time, but I think it was 4,000 at its very worst. They are paying it off very slowly, but I strongly suspect that the horrible, horrible state of Byzantine finances is part of the problem here. Okay, so where are you currently? Oh, you're not even doing control. God damn it. I thought you were. That must have changed at some point. %12% acceptance. Okay. Hybrid culture, Tushtian. Mordvin and Khazar. Would still be nice to try to get Mordvin and Norse. A future adventure, perhaps. Increased autonomy. Council Autonomy of Attica decreases by 25. For Pete's sake. I'm still making money. The control is still rising. You know what? Can I have you doing control here, first of all? Let's make sure the control of Athens is as high as it can be. And now that I know that you weren't actually doing that, it makes a lot more sense why my control was so low for so long. Do I have anything that can reduce my stress? Fight religious exiles to settle in their counties. That would be... Same faith. I have a lot of piety. Religious persecution is rife in the Earldom of Lothian, where the Catholic nobility is forcibly converting the Orsa Druids. Now over 5,000 exiles wish to enter my realm. Their leader, Ethne, seeks an audience. We are searching for a better, safer life, Cobasilia, she says. Let us settle in the Cataphit of Crete. Absolutely. Chandax, Chania, Bothia, Eubonia, and Attica. Development goes up by 1. Control decreases by 5. Norse Scots cultural acceptance goes up. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, welcome. The Promised Land, another achievement. Achieve permits a group of religious exiles to settle in your realm. Someone is plotting to kill Hong Qing. Shocking. The bodyguard just died. That is a courtier. Now I don't have anyone that is excellent anymore. We are down to just good. Fongir, you're a fighter. Let's get you training up a bit. Study the Norse language for many moons. I personally penned this missive using the Norse script. A letter of friendship from the speaker of Greek. He's learned Norse? Strategos Konstantinios. That's very impressive. Well done, old chap. I can steal gold from my fellow vassals as the co-emperor. I can steal gold from my liege. Just really good. I can swing the scales of power again. Leveraging gold. He has 0 legitimacy. I can declare wars. So I know that is disabled. I know that I have that, and I know that my sword's about to break. That's my old sword, I don't care about that. Another learning perk. Let's get less stress. So what's this war? Romanus' claim on the Byzantine Empire. Philippos of Paphlagonia. Well, as long as you're keeping his armies weak, it's fine. Dynasty legacy, okay. So... bureaucracy, stewards of the empire, monthly influence, governor efficiency. I don't think we're particularly bureaucratic. Hasn't been something we've really done. Heroic bloodline. We do have a legend about Mordred I. Mighty Endeavour, Viking Legend Seed. Legend Seed is usable only once per dynasty and can be used by any member. I mean, this is about creating a legend. We've already done that. Rightful rulers, definitely not us. Adventure, roaming spirit, desire to know more in a wonderment of the world, left unseen. Wanderlust could be good. We do have the adventurer bloodline. Where's this? Yeah, the adventurer bloodline. So that does kind of make sense. It's kind of building on that. And we also have Swan Song, so we're very honourable. So adventure is a maybe. You know what? Let's bring up a Twitch poll. We haven't done one of those for a little while. Stream manager. Manage poll. New poll. So the first one was Wanderlust. Pillage, Sea Wolves. We haven't actually done any raiding, so nope. Customs, Language Scholars. We are very scholarly. Minority Vassal Opinion, learn language phase length is reduced. Learn an additional language and gain additional cultural acceptance when completing learn language schemes. If we want to create lots of hybrid cultures, which we kind of do. Customs could be good. So language scholars. Activities. Truly experience the world. We must experience other people. Traditional Viking wedding. Grand weddings are cheaper. Less bonus acceptance. Sorry, more bonus acceptance. Increased chance of generating temporary strong hooks on lieges who like you at the grand wedding. We haven't really been using activities or weddings as a way to gain importance. Warfare. House of Warriors, 100%. We did, after all, become co-Basilius through war, by basically bludgeoning the current emperor into accepting us. Law. Popular opinion, hunt and feet cost. We're not particularly lawful. We are honourable. It doesn't feel like us really, though. Guile. Ominous reputation. Not really. Although we have been very sneaky in maintaining control. Blood. Careful breeding to produce most worthy successors. I don't generally play the congenital game that heavily. Although we've done a little bit of it. So maybe. I'll put it down, but we may replace that if we find something better. Erudition. Courtier and guest opinion. Court grandeur bonus. Better guests will be attracted. Guest recruitment. We do rely on good people. Really heavily, actually. So, vibrant court, I would say, is a yes. I think part of the reason why we're so successful at the moment is because we just have really good people in our court. Glory, respect and loyalty, which others want to be addressed. Glory, hound, vassal, opinion, marriage, acceptance. Glory, absolutely. Swan song. It's part of the bloodline. So I'm going to get rid of noble veins. It's not really us. And we'll instead take desirable match. And then kin. Large, skilled families where members aid and support each other. We have a large family, but they haven't really been aiding us. We still bring in people to support us. If we had a 6th slot, then maybe. But we don't. I think the Wanderlust language scholars, House of Warriors, desirable match, and vibrant court just make more sense. So we're going to make this a 2-minute vote because it's kind of an important one. Get your votes in. If you are currently watching this on YouTube, you will need to come over to Twitch. That's where I generally host the polls. You can find this at twitch.tv/MordredViking right there. So get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Vote, vote, vote. Vote, vote, vote. Vote, vote, vote. Wonder how much renown I'm gaining at the moment for being a co-Basilius. Probably quite a lot. Should check that once we've made this choice. Vote, vote, vote. Vote, vote, vote. Get your votes in. What is county fertility consumption? County fertility exists in counties located within the Great Steppe and can be grazed by nomadic rulers to increase their herd. County fertility represents the quality of the pastures. Fertility stabilizes around the fertility equilibrium, allowing nomadic rulers with a large domain limit to sustain their herd growth. Fertility is affected by steppe seasons and slowly replenished by the herders. When a realm's fertility is low, it's a sign to migrate. County control slows down the rate at which fertility grows by a percentage equal to the current control. Right, because there are 2 types of nomadic rulers. There's the fighty rulers and then the herders. So you basically need to have a cycle where the herders come in and replenish. Okay, makes sense. I haven't actually played as a nomad before. Okay, so the votes are in. Desirable match got nul point. Vibrant Court came in 4th place with 11% of the vote. Language Scholars came in 3rd place with 17. Then there was a bit of a fight-off between Wanderlust and House of Warriors, and actually House of Warriors won it by just 1 vote, with 39% against 33. So House of Warriors it is. We're doing good with the fighting thing. More prowess and more knight effectiveness. We do rely quite heavily on knight effectiveness usually. It is a thing I do tend to focus. Right, and then I wanted to see how much renown we're earning. 39 living members are giving us 0.78. So yeah, having a large dynasty is doing wonders. And because we are a ruler, we get one king. King level title. So from being co-basilius, we're getting nothing, actually. Sun is losing Crete again. Damn it, dude! So this gets us to 206, which is 2 points ahead of that Joker. One family member dies, another is born. Council position empty, so we need a new Chancellor. Thankfully we do still have good Chancellors. Most of them being more Vikings. You have 41 learning now, dude. It's a thing. Lead to gold. Transmutation of lead to gold has long been the dream of alchemists across the world. Though many have attempted such a feat, nobody has been known to succeed. Despite this, I've come across some notes written in the margins of a book about plants. They claim that one can create golden rain by boiling lead sugar in a filtration solution of seaweed ash. Could such a thing be possible? If nothing else, it's worth checking. Let's investigate. The first reagent I need to obtain is lead sugar, an ingredient used to sweeten wines. I could find a supplier to import what I need, though it would be very expensive. Alternatively, I can cheaply manufacture my own by burning metallic lead and dissolving the ashes in vinegar. Chronic headaches for 20 years. Yeah, that sounds like a really bad idea. I think this is something I'm just going to go ahead and buy. My spy master has come to me with a discovery, certain that Eilifir is scheming against Hong Qing. Could you not, please? There was a way of telling you to cut it out. Don't do that. The second reagent I need to obtain is seaweed. A lot of seaweed. 100 drams, shredded and then dried. Where can I get such a substantial amount? I don't really have the spare prestige, so I will go ahead and import that. At last, I have all the necessary reagents to produce the golden rain. The lead sugar is safely stored in waterproof casks. The cords of dried seaweed are stacked in the furnace, ready to burn. This be my magnum opus. I've just realised, can I raid? No. Because I am still Norse, and I am also true. But I guess as a governor, I can't. What is it that allows the raiding? Malleable invaders. Creating hybrid culture requires less cultural acceptance. Oh no, I'm going to need prestige for this. Guardians of this culture are more effective. Well, that's interesting. Characters tell each other stories, increasing skills. I haven't seen that ever happen. Legend spread chance plus 10%. Begin the experiment. After mixing the lead sugar into a solution, it suddenly turned a vibrant yellow. I had a moment of worry when the mixture became clear after boiling, but once it cooled down, I saw small golden-coloured crystals forming in the flask. Upon an examination, I can tell these crystals are not true gold, as they are translucent. However, it is possible this reaction is one of the fable's 12 vital processes needed to create gold. Gain 1 learning lifestyle perk, gain money, so I gain half my money back, and also prestige. Okay, so that is very helpful. And now I can do mental resilience. The next one's going to be healthy. Right, so if I did want to do the thing, it would cost 313 just to do that. And if I change any of these... Okay, it doesn't actually cost any extra. Good to know. I can swing the scales of power again. Also, I can designate a new guardian. But Signy! Signy is quick. She is also learning diplomacy, and she's quite good at diplomacy. Unfortunately, we, as a nation, suck at it. What else can we learn? Learn learning instead. We are way better at teaching learning. So we're going to teach you that instead. Dimitri of Crete is going to do that. We should have an amazing education because of that. Triumvirate's rule of one empire with 2 characters, the senior emperor, the liege, and the junior emperor, the co-emperor. They generate passive influence for both themselves and the senior emperor, how much exactly scales up to 5 years on the job, including any time they spend as a normal co-emperor. In practice, most powers still rest in the hands of the liege, who actually holds the imperial title rather than the diarch. But the co-emperor does have access to several powerful ways to affect the realm and is cheaper candidates to promote to administrative positions. Notably, co-emperors can use the imperial expedition casus belli at higher levels of the scales of power. It's at level 4. I'm the... Don't know, the Diarch is the liege. No, the Diarch's the junior power. Oh. If permitted by cultural tradition and if Constantinople is controlled, the Diarch's children will be born in the purple trait. Ah, but that's only once I'm the Diarch, so none of my current kids will be born with the purple. That would have been kind of amazing. Maybe I should have married a younger wife. Take a concubine. See what happens. Because if they're born in the purple, they have an automatic claim on the Byzantine Empire, don't they? A Dniepric offering. The bitter enmity between the great house of Viking and the worthless Dniepric is known by all. To date, the swine have made no overtures of peace. I am all the more curious, then, when a comely young woman, Varvara, is presented as an offering. While I am charmed by how modest she is, I can't help but think that this is another Dniepric trick. Another concubine. 22-year-old. Considering what I'm trying to do at the moment, I accept. Also, we are lustful. And we have not been playing very lustful. In fact, it's barely come up at all compared to patient and ambitious. I was looking at ways to decrease stress, but I then kind of got distracted. Increases development, adds or upgrades buildings, and improves the counties within the target duchy. Need a bunch more treasury to do that. It's kind of interesting. Cure Moldavia. Peasant rabble may try to send an ultimatum soon. Espionage, lovers, Basilius Romanus uncovered a secret held by Archon Pavlina with Nikitas. Okay. Your army's growing a little bit. Not alarmingly so, but a little bit. Call to war. Helsinger conquest of the chiefdom of Westmannerland. This is for the Danes. Except you're now Sweden. Yep, Sweden. Sweden consumed Denmark. All is as it should be. That's a long way for me to go. And I'll join, but that's still a long way for me to go. So who are we fighting? Them. Not entirely sure why you need my army for this. So the Swedish army is beating them up. Kingdom of Pomerania. Oh no, I think it's Denmark that actually took Sweden. But decided to, ooh, Munzo, take the Swedish title as their primary. I mean, understandable. Oh, come on! Adding 20 points would not be enough. I would need to do this. Because that would get me to 226. You would still be 8 points ahead of me. So I'd effectively need to do 40 and then 40. That number is just plain wrong. Alright, well, I think it's time that I steal some of your status. Oh, that's difficult against you. Can I do that against somebody else? I'm in first place again. Second place is... oh, it's the Basilius. I can totally steal some of your... and people really don't like you. It's the same people as usual. Oh, no, there's some resistance here. Yeah, there's definitely more reluctance in going against the Basilius. So each phase is 4 months, you know what? Okay. Oh wow, Radanos is quite strong, 12% of all the counties. Trying to find if any of these people are very easy to go against. The answer thus far is no. Who has the most influence? Why is your colour different? What's you're controlling? You only earn 2.6 a month? How are you still in power? You earn 10. Oh wait, we like you. You learned Norse. I think it's kind of got to be you. Much easier. And the phases should also be much quicker. Yep. Significantly so. 25 days per phase. That's more like it. Alright, where's my army? Actually, what was that? What will... No, you're already sieging housing land. Yeah, we'll just land here and siege that. That's fine. Watered court appreciates spouse's tutelage. Nice. Wife falls pregnant. So we may have our first child born of the purple. Leech swings the scales against us. You bastard! I'm now healthy. Medium boost to health. That's always nice to have. And the whole of body gives another boost. We haven't had the "you're going to die soon" yet notification. You're swinging the scales against me, so let's swing them back again. I'm not going to be able to use prestige. I don't want to use influence. I have to use gold. That sucks. Keep that scale swung. Okay, now I have enough influence to do this, 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 this. We'll go in hard, make it more expensive to get ahead of me again. Level of Splendor has increased. Splendor. Ah, Splendor. Children are born with prestige. Marrying into the dynasty gives no prestige. Rulers get a maximum +10 long reign opinion. So I think prior to Obscure, we were actually losing. People were losing prestige for marrying into us. This war is as good as over. Mighty Athens has answered the call. I really don't think you need my help anymore. You do have a large army there. It's alright. Go siege this. How about we don't... I'm still Vikings, damn it. And it costs us 2. Oh, it's only costing me treasury as well. It's not even my own money. Sweden's going to win the big fight. That's good. A daughter! Oh, Cecilia. Right, are you born of the purple? No. Should be a trait. Why not? Because I would have assumed that I get all of the things. Darks can attempt to imprison fellow vassals and courtiers. Darks can embezzle gold from the liege, which I can. Darks can give negative country modifiers to fellow vassals, receiving gold if successful. If permitted by cult... Ah... I don't have that cultural tradition. Is that a Greek thing? Children born to a ruler holding the Byzantine Empire may gain burnt in the purple trait. So yes, it's a cultural thing. Boo! Other culture rulers are more likely to hybridize with this culture. I mean, true. Gain 20 development growth in your realm capital when you construct or upgrade an estate building in the same county. Huh. Access to found the Varangian Guard's division, which enables Varangian Guards as men-at-arms. Can appoint the Akuthulos core position when the Varangian Guard has been founded. Reduce bodyguard aptitude. What does that position do? Heavy infantry toughness, increased by aptitude. More Varangians will appear. Huh. Interesting. Religious patronage. Piety from constructing temples. A lot. What do you are, seafarers? Which comes with an embarkation cost reduction. And we're now at 13% acceptance, so we are making progress slowly but surely. You're about to win that fight. Congrats. You're going to land on top of me as you're running away by sea. Oh, you can go there. There's the victory. Victus keeps the contested title. Alright, we can head home. Meanwhile, control in Athens is now almost established, so I think it's probably safe for me to have you establishing control now. Next door. Nevadia is already at 100. Nice. Development's growing slowly. Ethne is also pregnant. We're not opposed to Basilius Romanos' wishes. Appreciates my point. Good. I'm missing a steward. Ah, that fella's died. Or gone, otherwise missing. Hongqing is slightly better at that job than fella was. But generally our stewards still suck. You look like you might be about to land. No, you're not. Good. Good choice. Ships. Just checking we're not walking across land. Oh, really? Where is my army? Where does that show? Is there no army overview? Oh, there you are. Suma of Chandax, they believe in orthodoxy. Dimitri condemns it as heresy, but the people ask for understanding. No! We'll pray to the right gods. Okay, the army is almost home from their Scandinavian adventure. There we are. Also going to remove that flag. Needed. Losing Crete again, dude. What the hell? I can also do a promotion scheme, so I think I'm going to do that. And also the promotion scheme, just to make sure that we keep this damn thing. Hopefully this is relatively easy to get going. Slow, though. Romanus has been uncharacteristically friendly towards me lately. If his tone is indicative of a change of character, perhaps I should be convinced to release my fellow vassal, Pelagia, from captivity. Sure. There's no downside to asking. Fine. Olafur. Who is quick? I think he's the first of my direct kids that actually has a congenital trait. Wife is pregnant again. I see Lustful is doing as his job now. Meanwhile, income is going up nicely. Levy size is going up nicely. Our army is maxed out. We're at max 3 of 3. What changed? Oh, Co-Basilius gives +4. Interesting. And being administrative is -2. So you have much smaller armies. Ah, no you don't, because I also have the thematic army, don't I? Which I can have 5. These have to be paid for by the treasury, and I don't trust the treasury to be high enough right now. I still can't get onagers. I think that's because I'm Norse culture and we can't get onagers. Not yet, anyway. I'll go into here. Innovations. Crop rotation in 7 years. City planning in 14. Onager. 370 years away from that, but we're not focusing it, so that's surprising. You can transfer money into the treasury, I know. But I've already gone from over 1,000 ducats down to 600 by doing that. I don't really want to be spending more of my own money on that. I'd rather spend my own money on maintaining an army which is loyal to me, and only me. Next year. So what is the age gap between these guys? 33 down to 0. Interesting. Basilius Romanus' friendship. Now I feel bad about wanting to overthrow him. Oh, well played, Romanos. To be fair, it's exactly what I would have done in his position. Befriend your most powerful vassal. Learning perk, that is whole of body. And with that, I might switch to medicine focus just for that small health boost. I need to stay alive! Another son. Scale of power is going against me. I thought we were supposed to be friends. I really don't want to use money. Definitely don't want to use influence. I can't afford the prestige. Let it swing. It's fine. I already got the kingdom that I wanted. Oh, it's 59. Right, when does this truce end? 19th of August. I'm in fine health again. Excellent. It is this family that keeps on coming for me. Let's start a scheme against you after I've secured 10%. Prince Romanus' claim on the Byzantine Empire. You're about to lose the empire. Not bad for a 66-year-old. Shadow Accord. Truly is a blessing to have someone like Malfrida involved in our scheme. Someone able to advance our goals in any number of ways, simply waiting for direction. An enviable combination of skill, access, and proximity to Angrimir gives us a variety of options on how to exploit her. Base success chance plus 10. Success chance. Most done. Reflections on the future. Secure the house. I mean, getting strengthened body and a reduction in stress would also be nice. But I'm rather enjoying this renown that we're generating at the moment. Nah, you know what? Health above all else. I need this guy to survive until we get independence. No matter what her other worth may be to the scheme, there's no denying that Zenobia's sheer distance from Angrimir causes us issues. Base success. That's fine. We're almost done with this anyway. Moghiero-Slovenian. Another hybrid culture. Okay, so we can now execute this scheme with confidence. Success. Which gives me a bunch of influence, which I can then use. Well, we're already ahead, so actually that's just in storage. And then it was... which family was it that was going against me constantly? You can see whose house controls what. That's kind of cool. It's probably person in second place. Ooh, you're actually quite resistant to slander. You, however, not so much. Secrets of my body. I find myself fascinated by the human body and all the secrets that it keeps from us. Questions of life and death are constantly on my mind. To read the text of the topic is all well and good, but I cannot help but feel there would be a lot more to learn from hands-on research. I try to hold my breath as I sift through the tangled mess of slimy, swollen entrails sprouting from the corpse's belly, but it is to no avail. The putrid stench of decay slowly finds its way to my lungs, making me gag. Something then tears open and a stream of viscous, yellowish ichor spills over the operating table. What was that? Dimitri, come help me. You know a lot about this stuff. Arranged marriage. Dan's my grandson, daughter of Roggenfrieda. Sorry, son of Roggenfrieda. This isn't a House Viking. She's 26. No. But thank you for the reminder. I do need to marry him off. Because he is probably the next in line after Roggenfrieda. She's only 34. Huh. What do you do? You're good in espionage-ish. Rurikid. Xenia does seem to be the best match here. Paranoid, forgiving, and chaste. Let's go with that. Dimitri was none too pleased to learn of my experiments. He's refused to provide any assistance and admonished me that his sort of endeavours does not fall under the purview of the co-Basilius. I mean, probably true. Xenia's been married. Good stuff. Master Mordred's sword has now been destroyed. Oh! Could get decent antiquarians. Maybe we should, because we have got some pretty good equipment. Just a little bit of treasury. But this is a cost I can now afford. I think Akab would be good at this job. And the only thing you can do is improve artifacts, which seems fine by me. Oh, time has passed. Save! Let's see what shenanigans we can get up to against the Empire. Oh, we had a thing down here. Let's do that first. My clerks insist that the village of Irapetra is significantly behind with their taxes. It would be a serious neglect of my duty to ignore this matter. The ledgers make it clear taxes are missing. Shipments were never sent. At the moment, the cause of the omissions is unknown. This matter may be one for officials, or one for soldiers. Let's go there. See what's going on. The seas around here are thick with Pomeranian traders, going about their usual craft, carrying rare and exotic goods from one port to another. One such merchant ship holds an item that immediately takes my interest. The moment I lay my eyes upon the Pomeranian sword, I know that I would never find anything like it. Prowess 4, Prestige point 1. Prowess 7. My Norse sword is better. What's the difference between Forge and Reforge? Yeah, there's an option there anyway. This is reforging it. They cost 50 to buy new, so I think just repairing them makes sense. The Bison Trinket I don't think is really worth repairing. 150 for that? Nah. That one will leave be. My entourage struggles along the ill-maintained country path. Amidst scattered roads and occasional pig, my destination, the taxowing village, really is quite rustic and quite unremarkable, despite not being a day's journey from Lella Patra proper. A few of the locals, dressed in their distinctive traditional garb, have gathered at the village centre. I am welcomed peaceably, though without warmth. I must consider how to approach this investigation. Diplomacy. Though I peer into cellars and granaries, though I ride through the fields, cajole with village leaders, there is no sign of withheld wealth anywhere in the hamlet. The villagers, by all appearances, are truly, utterly poor and unable to provide what they owe. Without evidence I've been cheated, little remains for me to do here. My ledgers must simply absorb the loss. Oh. Absolutely, we're investigating. Okay, so not possible to start a faction against a friend. So how's your war going? Would you like some support? You outnumber them 3-1. This is a war you should quite easily win. It's just taking you a long time. And there we go. Let's go ahead and execute this scheme. Success. I am now controlling. Next level is authoritative. As I lay upon my bed, cursing my weak failing body, I can barely make out the figures approaching. Their slow steps and heavy silence are starting to scare me. They must guess my unease from the faint sounds leaving my mouth and jerky movements of my hands. For their steps turn hurried, and soon a warm hand is holding my own, and a familiar face enters my field of view. Hush, Mordred, it's just me, Brahmanas. Oh, how it pains me to see you like this. I wish I could do something, anything to ease your discomfort. Oh, man. Please stay with me. Stay here with me instead of in the throne in Constantinople while your thing is being usurped, because you're about to lose. That's right, don't leave. Just stay right here. I promise you a good position in the new regime. Probably. You're still competing with me, you bastards. Fortunately, slandering you is considered difficult. You're considered a bit easier. Right, challenge status not. Slander. No reason not to just have this going basically constantly. must have won a siege. Damn it! Wait, Hongyo is a count? No, he is a count. Where? Skara. Yeah, Theory is going to inherit Skara. Oh, hell yeah! We have another landed character. Excellent. Signy. Make you a bodyguard. The character is on his deathbed. I think he was faking it. But he's still fine. It's not very friendly, swinging the scales against me. I guess we'll be faithful. Unconditionally, as I lean over the map of my chamber, my son Dan gives me a firm hug. One king, one count by marriage. Yep. This is how the family starts to spread out its tendrils. Speaking of which, anyone need to be married? Yes, actually quite a few. Let's see what we can do. These all seem to be Vikings. Yeah. I'm hoping that at that point they're able to do their own weddings. Just budget allocation. Salary budget allocation law from 35 to 55. Military budget allocation from 55 to 35. I don't know where that is seen. Oh wow, you do not like me very much. Mostly I think because you're zealous. Wasn't 95% ready. Okay. Oh, it still is. Hold on. Just go ahead and execute it. Fine. Ah! Alright, now I'm kind of wallowing in influence. I'm kind of wondering what I can do to weaken you. I already control more than half, so I cannot do this apparently. It is disappointing. But I want to control it all! This war is taking a really long time, guys. I feel like the Emperor's getting stronger and stronger during all of this. His army is certainly getting bigger. Though the bulk of them are still just levies. No, you're going backwards! Stop losing! Just double checking I do in fact still control this. Yes. Although they're getting very close, I don't like that. So let's throw in another 50 points. The charming Mordred have been studying north for many moons. Very impressive. The Strategitissa of Strymon. Well done. Well done. The people are understanding where the winds of change are blowing here. And it's in my direction. Ooh, this is only considered moderate difficulty. I'm inspecting the barracks infirmary when a severely injured soldier is brought in. He's losing too much blood! Where is the physician? Dimitri is nowhere to be found. A chill runs down my spine. Might be the man's only hope. Suddenly, as if stepped out of thin air, my daughter and heir, Roggenfrieder, is at my side. She rolls up her sleeves and looks at me. Hand me the tourniquet. Samuel joins the party. It's quite good. I get way more learning lifestyle doing this, but I don't really need it at this point. Our patient screams and thrashes even though 3 grown men weigh him down, and every step of the way is a battle, but Roggenfrieder remains calm, and eventually a quiet focus settles over us. I'm not sure how we managed, but in the end it seems like the soldier will live. That was an impressive feat, Your Excellency, Roggenfrieder said with a tired smile. It was an honour to serve at your side. Couldn't have done it without you. So, Samuel, what can you give me? I mean, you've joined my court, and I don't really usually like doing that to people in my court. This war is going further backwards. Roll here is growing nicely, tax is going up. Wait, Athens doesn't have anyone stationed. Is that right? No, you're stationed in Athens. You're not stationed anywhere. Ah, but the Varangians are. Yeah. I don't think there is anywhere for you to station. Stationing you here would kick out the others, right? Can you station more than one regiment in a place? How close are we to Norse Creek? 5% away. But the yearly gain has gone up dramatically. Because of vassalage, whatever that means. Maybe that's just because I have a high level of control now? It's possible. I don't really know. Yeah, I'm not undertaking any schemes at the moment. And I probably should be. Off we go. Back to 85%. For this war that just will not end. Learning perk available. Convert faith in county or religious relations efficiency. Guess we'll go with the conversion for now. Not that I think it's going to make much of a difference for us. I can have another guardian in Bjorn. You are also quick. And you are very much into learning. Not me. I think that this is going to be another Dimitri thing. So his health is now poor, which is not great. Wife is also pregnant. Seize the moment is done. One more. Ooh. Renown is rising very nicely. Still at 85%. A stranger is brought before me. She's been waiting outside the office gates for a week, my liege, my guard informs me. The woman bows deeply. My name is Verkoslava, your excellency. I've travelled far and wide and seen many things, but I'm weary of the road. If you allow me to stay, I'll happily share my knowledge of the world with you and be your loyal servant. You are decent at stewarding. Sure, embrace Odin and you can stay here. Warmer could do with being married. Although Egil is probably a better one. Not matrilineal. If you marry a daughter to someone, does the daughter take a land claim with them, or does the heir get them? The heir gets the claims of their parents, I think. Fairly sure. England's done a bit of expansion. So how's Orsatrue looking? It has mostly knocked... Well, no, it's still old Orsatrue here in the south. Oh, it's spread. Novgorod has it. Still not in Kiev, though. In fact, is that Orthodox? Oh, the top liege is Orthodox. So Ruthenia's switched to Orthodoxy. That's going to make it more difficult for Orsatrue to take hold, unless we manage to replace him. Insula, meanwhile, has been almost wiped out from England. Minus 89. Risen again. No! My amazing position died. Thankfully, Akap is waiting in the sidelines. But after that, we're going to get quite significantly worse. We apparently have some conversion. Oh, what? You converted back? Unacceptable. Okay, so maybe it was a good thing I took the conversion bonus. 89%. Is it Antalion you're fighting against? Paflunia. I'm not entirely sure who exactly you're fighting. Well, I'm up to 9 kids now. I've had 3 for 30 years. And then in the last 6, I've had 6 more. Poor health. I'm 70. I don't think I'm going to be able to trigger this independence war. Which is really quite annoying. Stone of Glass. As I struggle to make out the tiny letters on the scroll before me, I feel a headache building again. Why do my scribes insist on writing such small symbols? I need one of those fancy seeing stones. Is. Bling bling. I do love the fact that there's actually an item for it. Like an art piece. That's pretty cool. It's not even 1000 AD yet. Still actually remarkably early in this game. We're still only on the second character. Admittedly, both of my characters have been extremely long-lived. But we are still only on the second. 59! No, it's going backwards! Wait, who's raiding me? It's not me. One does not simply raid a fellow Viking. In the Bard, all across the realm, the power of a new family appears to be growing. Sure, we'll be friendly. Impressed. We gained a friend. Good. Park. Religious icon. Convert faith in county. The time it takes to convert county is no longer increased. Faith is a higher further than mine. Fairly sure that also choose further is usually pretty good, though. Yeah, it is. It's very good. We're still growing, at least for the moment. Just going to double check. Okay, we are. Our family's power level is just skyrocketing. Let's make sure we're holding on to it. You two are putting in a lot of effort. Can't challenge his status. I can, however, challenge yours. So I think I'll do that. And thanks to my already decent influence, the level it starts at is higher, so it takes less time. Like my guy's like, what's that say? Peasant upstarts? Okay. Controlling county task finished. Will help gain control over Crete as well. Still the best person we have for this job is here. I'm fairly sure all the others are too. I do like the fact that we're making a decent amount of money in the treasury now. We may be able to start investing in some new buildings, because these are all treasury buildings. Oh, war just ended. What happened? Take it you won. Conversion was finished. I need a new spy master. My spy masters are not amazing. I don't know what to do. His army is just getting bigger. And we're losing fleet again. Hang on, can I trigger this? Lord Leon is travelling. Why does that block that? Well, I have loads of influence, so I should be able to quite happily increase my support by another 50. This ain't cheap though. It's been 6 years since my truce ended. That bastard making friends with me. How dare he? We were so close. So disappointing that at least while this character is alive, we're not going to be able to do anything. His son might. But at that point, I'm not in control of it because I have a different heir. At that point, we're an adventurer again. Crop rotation. That means we can upgrade the grain field. No, twice more. It's already level 2. City. Oh, Norse. What is it? You finally finished. Good. Rampant bandits again. Let's go deal with it. Onwards! Set up a trap. So we can make them pay a fine, gain some money, gain some stewarding, travel is resumed, or pardon them for their crimes. Don't get any strategic bonuses, interestingly. I still haven't even made it to level 1. Concubine falls pregnant. We have another guy trying to claim the Empire. But now I'm fairly sure that it's too late. Like, I'm 72, poor health. We're not going to survive that much longer. Annoying. It would have been cool having a independent, also true Greece. That seems to be slipping from aggro. I'm not going to be able to hybridize. Another 6 years. Unless an event happens which gives us some more. Beneficial deal. Construction cost reduced. Guard. Oh, that's a temple. I don't really want to upgrade those. I'd rather upgrade my own holdings. But I do now have enough treasury to do some upgrades. So I could upgrade the hill forts, or I could upgrade the farms, or I could change the farms into something else. Cattle pastures gives money, supply, garrison, levies. Hospices give money, toughness, plague resistance. Hunting grounds, tax, raid time, increase. Holding advantage. This is already hills. Barracks. Stationed heavy infantry damage and toughness massively increased. Militia camp increases archers and skirmishers. Stables, light cavalry, heavy cavalry. Army movement and travel speed. Blacksmiths. Stationed men-at-arms damage and toughness. Knight effectiveness. Warrior lodges. Men-at-arms pursuit. Heavy infantry damage and toughness. Spearmen and skirmishers and a bunch of levies. Windmills. A bucket load of money in development growth, although they are very expensive. And then the fisheries is tax and debt growth. So if you want this place to get high development, murex and windmills. If you want it to have good soldiers, barracks. If you want it to make money, hill farms and windmills. Levy size percentage increase, dev growth as well. What was the big levy increase? Was the militia campaign? Yeah. I'm thinking probably the barracks, though. I like the idea of just having these absolutely nasty heavy infantry. Or we upgrade the farms and just keep the money rolling. There is a lot to be said for just being rich. This improves skirmishes, which we don't really use. Spearman and skirmisher upgrade. This is fort level. You definitely want fort level. empty rooms. Yeah, let's go with the hillside farms for now. Sure. At some point I'd like to upgrade the fortifications here too. Make it harder to conquer in the future. Conversion task completed. No more conversions to go. And we do have another lifestyle perk, which we'll put onto being a prophet. Coveted literature. Excellency! My son-in-law Akab approaches me with urgency. A local merchant has a copy of the compendious book on the calculation of completion and balancing, but refuses to sell it to me. So I could nab it for myself and gain some more learning. I don't really want to spend 50 ducats on this. It sounds like a you problem. Succession is safe. Have 10 living children. I'm a little surprised I haven't got that one already. Achievement. Romanos is being attacked by Kairos. Scheme at court. Fabricating a hook on Aziz. Let's take a look. You can send your ultimatum at any time. Between the peasant rabble and the ultimatum... Ooh, another bountiful harvest. Don't mind if I do. Quite a large army, there we go. Up to 12 already. No, 11. War against the tyranny of Andronicus. Oh, you're supporting Antoniacon. So you and the Byzantines are allied. I see. Oh, you're actually quite strong. Beelzebub's fever! That doesn't sound good. Man, this peasant army is growing hugely. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's going a lot very quickly. A shadow over Attica. Summon the physician. It's in Athens already. Damn it. Hasn't killed anyone yet, but it is a major concern. So I think what I'm going to do is shut down my revoke holy order lease. Holy order stationed in the barony of Amphissa. The lease of the barony of Amphissa from the Brotherhood of the Holy Sepulchre. Enter seclusion. What is the resistance here? So the resistance is really quite poor, so I do think that what we should do is lock stuff down now. So let's enter seclusion. I think also isolate the capital. As the head of the most powerful families in the Byzantine Empire, my influence stretches far and wide. My coffers are deep and my ambitions boundless. Basilius Romanos is unworthy of the throne, a mere thread in the Empire's grand tapestry. Backed by the eminence of House Viking, I'm well equipped to restore glory to our great empire. My actions will not only shape the future of my house, but echo through the annals of history. An unpressed claim against the Byzantine Empire. A deposed scheme. That is a pretty potent scheme. I am still the spy master. I don't really know. How close is my character to dying? Very. He's still got at least a year to go. We don't know how much more than that, but he's infirm and he's in poor health and he's 72 or 3 now. So here's the thing. With the deposed scheme, if I die, it disappears. It'll cost a lot. We'll go into debt for this. If I reforge in steel, we get the claim, which is unpressed, which means it will not be inherited. However, if I decide to press that claim, then it's inheritable. And pressing it just means going to war. But there are 2 issues at the moment. One, I'm really old. So even if we do press the claim, there's no guarantee that the war will actually end in time. 2, the plague. The last thing I want to do is raise armies, because it'd just be ludicrously expensive because of the attrition. Which is why I'm thinking that this is probably the better choice. The 300 treasury is a lot of money. I don't really know what's going to happen if I go into debt by that much. Am I trying to take over the Byzantine Empire? No, not at all. This is just kind of an option that's fallen into my lap. I'm already a co-emperor. I'm second in charge. The Pope's irrelevant to us. We're also true. We're not Catholic. We're not even Orthodox. I mean, it'd be kind of cool if we became Emperor. We could force everyone to become also true, and then the Byzantine Empire will be Norse faith. And we can also bring in the hybrid Norse-Greek culture. But again, my next character is not the heir. My next character is the heir to the House of Viking, not to the Kingdom of Crete. This is why I really wanted the Independence War. Because I have a really bad feeling that as soon as this character dies, our entire power base is going to collapse. Because this is me. I do like the fact that I'm just chilling there in the background. I was like, yo, I'm here too. Hello. 73 years old, poor health. I've extended that as much as I can. Like, we have a large family, we have a large dynasty. House Viking is still going to be a power to deal with. But my heir is Roggenfrieda. She's the heir to House Viking, the heir to the Kingdom of Crete, and the theme of Athens is Homegrimr. Would the heir be able to continue the war? That I'm not sure. If it's pressed, maybe he inherits it? I kind of suspect he might. I think we're going to do this. The world is full of dangers, even to a Copacilius and his court. I've asked around for recommendations and have assembled a few options to choose from. What? I already have it. Don't I? Oh, did I never replace him? I replaced him. Because Akab is really good. Thora is also apparently quite good. She's only 32. Herbalist and physician, mastermind, philosopher. I could marry her off to somebody too. Yeah, I'll do that. And I will also make sure we don't fall into debt there. Okay, so your job right now is improving skills. Nope, your job is plague resistance. Welcome to the team. Let's get you married. To Ormur Viking, sure. That works. Not natural lineal. Alright, so we've just made quite a big change, so I'm just going to save here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sit on this claim for as long as I can. In order for the plague to burn out. Desperate measures. You're good at this job. Success. Good. She's actually really close to becoming a world-class surgeon. Grand ambitions, a bold proposition. Quiet studies interrupted as my steward Hong Ching presents me with a recent missive, a proposal from beyond the Empire's borders. The seal of the letter bears the mark of House Valgaskor-Drivast. The words within lay out a bold offer, an alliance against the Basilius, conditional upon the secession of the Duchy of Bulgaria. Where's the Duchy of Bulgaria? That's quite a chunk of territory. I have the military strength to take on the Emperor, especially because he's fighting a bunch of wars at the moment. It just gets worse. Oh, he's fucked. Abbasid just declared war on the Byzantines. My cousin Voldemar. House de Spoleto. Wants Apulia. The Empire's dead. I'm not going to kill it further. Mud and misery cling to the streets of Athens and to the peasant who throws herself before my horse, clutching a frail child. "My Your Excellency, please," she begs. "He is so ill, but your royal touch can heal him." 50% chance of becoming ill. Nope. Get out of my way, peasant. Because Beelzebub's fever is killing a lot of people. And those are all characters. Not individual people. Characters. Another war has been declared on the Liege. Whispers on the wind, my steward approaches the proposition to further my plot. The people have not even a shred of faith in the false Basilius, who begins a rage as potent yet unfocused. We need only give them the barest hint of direction. The opinion of Constantinople can unmake a Basilius just as easy as it makes one. It's been swayed before. No. Oh. My liege is converting Eubolia. That's annoying. No. Boiling anger! You might be the co-Basilius, Mordred, but you're also an abhorrent buffoon! I like these struggles. Signy died, but I don't need a caravan master right now. Very impressive. Bad air over Attica. Traders withered within Athens. My personal physician Tora blames the miasma of death. Ooh, I lost an antiquarian as well. That's unfortunate. If we plant a seed of a field of sweet lavender. Ah, stop costing me money! Worth a try. Tok Reaver, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello, hello. The Saint of Astorga. The people of Astorga are abuzz with talk of a holy man, some Estebano who's been living the life of the ancient saints. Like those we usually call the Iron Weavers, he spent his life in immobility, covered in heavy chains to mortify the flesh. The iron digs into his chafed wrists, but not a sigh escapes his lips. Only the mercy of the passerby feeds and covers his bloodied body. It's not uncommon that the common make a living out of our citizens' misguided charity, faking their wounds and flaunting a well-practiced air of holiness. But what if Estebano is a genuine saint? He's certainly smart enough for it. An iron wearer sounds like a properly Viking thing. He's not even a zealot. This man has been blessed by Odin. Controlling the Shakedom of Astorga. Shakedom? It's one of these, isn't it? Astorga is not even one of my provinces. Why do I care? It's a county. Where? Galicia? Possible outcome. Governor efficiency increases. I gain influence. Land of the Saint, no crooks tolerated. I'll test it myself. If I fail, I lose 30 influence, which I can afford. I find the truth. Land of the Saint. So he was actually a saint. Huh. Call to arms. Wealthy patrons are rallying to our cause, and soldiers, tired of the Basilius' reign, stand ready to join us. The swell of support from the coffers of armies of allies to the heart of the Basilius' bravest men mark a turning point. Our ranks are set to grow and resources to expand. This moment is not just a testament to the righteousness of the cause, but a clear indication the time for war draws ever nearer. I get a size 4 regiment of Huskarls. Subsidizing recruitment costs for 5 years sounds better. I do not want to pay for a size 4 unit of Huskarls. That's expensive. Wait. Romanus is dead. I'm denouncing this regime. Independence faction. Let's go! Ultimatum in 10 months. Their military strength is vastly inferior. If they manage to recruit the Cataphractoi up to full strength, then we're in trouble. But they're in the middle of a plague right now. Wait, what? Why did... How? I mean, you're still at war with the Abbasid, who have 11,000 men. Marshal of the Empire. Oh. I lost some co-emperor power there too. But I am still the co-emperor. My physician is now renowned. Roggenfrieder's husband died. Johann seems like a good choice. Man's giant. Roggenfrieder is the next character I will be playing as, probably. Diligent, ambitious, and paranoid. Yeah, quite like Johann. This is 100% matrilineal. She is already Hale. Ooh, giants and Hale? Oh, okay. "178 characters have died now. Another learning perk, which we'll put into clerical justifications. I only have 13% of your military power because of whatever this was. I don't understand where all of these troops came from. Wait, 4,000 men from a holy order? My daughter and heir Roggenfrieder is ill with typhus. God damn it. Drastic measures. Successful treatment. Good. Need a new Reichscodei. Alright. Get converting. Fell pastures have been completed. That building sounds kind of scary. Duties of Strategos. Construction complete. Gained influence. Gained trait experience. Not opposed to Anthiomos' wishes. Crown does not just rest with him. My diplomacy sucks in comparison to you. We're never going to reach common ground. I'm not going to even try. And you're basically out of debt. What the actual hell has happened? How? Oh, it's a holy war. Frieder is recovering. Good. Okay, that kind of explains where all of his... Did he die again? Oh, man. Let's go sum of all skills. Trusting, generous, deceitful. He's quite sneaky and he is good combat. I prefer Daeon though. This is matrilineal, yes. Change has died. Oh man, this plague is killing a lot of people. Oh, Grim is quite good. Let's keep on doing the cultural acceptance. How is that looking now? 18%, we're 2% away. It's rising faster and faster. Oh, dangerous faction against us. Peasant rabble. There's nothing I can do. Because my military power is now so low in comparison, I can't send an ultimatum. That holy war has actually kind of screwed us. All I can hope is that the Abbasids beat up the Holy Order, because I don't know whether they'd be able to call the Holy Orders against us, because we're also true. We ourselves are not doing a Holy War, so it might be okay, I'm not sure. A strong ruler could have ended this already. Obviously. Signy wants to be a shield maiden? Do it. Ooh, 6 children lack guardians. What? Oh, probably because their guardians died. Yeah, makes more sense. Okay, so Ingbjorg, you are learning to be... Learning. I could teach you this actually. Next, Cecilia. You are learning to be... Also learning. I will do that too. Next, Olaf. You are learning to be a steward. Grima can do that. Next, Knuter. You are learning to do stewarding as well. Grima can do that too. Next, Dan. You're learning to be a diplomat. Valdemar can do that. And then we have Saga, who is homely and possessed. Oh dear. Ethne can do that. I'm not going to use my Riksgode for it. Yeah, there are multiple people who can get married at this point. Because apparently a lot of people have been dying. Well, we should start with the younger ones. Except these are all Viking choices. This is looking everywhere, apparently. I don't think I particularly believe that. I think it's just that they're such a distant member of the family. Yeah, see, cousins I can marry. Are they gone? Yes. It's burning out. 204 people died from this one, though. That was a pretty bad one. But yeah, we can emerge. That's where the activities are. Yes. Now things just need to recover. Did control suffer at all? A little bit. You just go and top that up if you don't mind. Are you married? You're not. You're one of the ones I definitely do want to marry off. But here, it's again only Vikings. I don't really get why. Anyway, that's going to have to be a problem for next time. I am going to end the stream here. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when I'm live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this and you would like to support the channel, then please do consider subscribing. It does help the channel out. Lets me do more of this kind of content. You can, of course, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/MordredViking. If you're watching on YouTube, we have Twitch at twitch.tv/MordredViking. If you're watching on Twitch, I also have the YouTube at youtube.com/MordredViking. Right, that's it for me for today. I will be back next weekend, I believe. Yeah, it's been pretty smooth sailing. The new power supply seems to have fixed my PC issues, which is good. That did have me a bit worried when it was happening 2 weeks ago. Cool. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you all next time. Until then, bye-bye.